Hi Taurus, welcome to your What Does Spirit Want You to Know reading. We're going to lay out a Celtic cross and just let Spirit have their way with a message for you. Whatever it is that they choose to talk about is what we're going to talk about. Now, in meditation, I'm just going to let you know that I said, show me Taurus, show me what is your message about for Taurus. And there was this big bull, right? And he had his head down, and he was snorting, and he was kicking up the dirt, like he was getting ready to charge. And I kind of laughed, and I cleared my brain, and I said, okay, God, let's start over, because that's the thing of their sign. So I started over and cleared my mind and said, okay, show me Taurus. And they did it again. I was like, what's your message? Anyway, I would imagine that Spirit gets a little frustrated with me sometimes because I'm constantly questioning them. Okay, but right now we're going to do your reading. Taurus, what does Spirit want you to know? God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, we thank you for the meditation message. And we thank you for this message that you're going to give to Taurus through the Celtic cross. We thank you for clear and concise messages, for clarification, confirmation, and validation. And we thank you for love, light, and prosperity in all of our readings. Okay, so show us what it is that you have to say to Taurus. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay, current energies. I'm going to lay it all out. I'll show you each card as I pull them. I'm going to lay them all out and then we'll talk about it. So current energy, King of Cups. What's crossing you? Justice. Okay. And the underlying issue? Bliss. Recent past? Eight of Pentacles. Crowning energy? The Emperor. Okay, and near future, a choice. Okay, and your attitude toward all this, you feel victorious right now about whatever this situation is. Outside influences is the Moon. And your hopes and fears is the Star. And your potential outcome is the King of Wands. Wow. Okay, so now I kind of have an indication as to why they would show me this bull. It is obviously, I think it's like if somebody draws a depiction of Taurus, they use a bull. And that's why I kept saying, okay, no, really, show me what the message is about. So, while I don't see a King of Pentacles, which is what you would show up with as yourself, nor do I see the Hierophant, which is your card in the tarot. I see a lot of strong energy here. As a matter of fact, right now you're sitting as the King of Cups. That's the energy that you're in right now, Taurus. So the King of Cups is a visionary, and he's very emotionally intelligent. He leads with his heart, but not necessarily his emotions. The heart is about love and compassion and care and things like that. Emotions, we can have our emotions all over the place. So he doesn't get bogged down in the emotions. He's intelligent in that area, but he is very compassionate, and he leads with his heart. And he also breathes life into other people's lives. He breathes the life of love and compassion and care. That's how he leads his kingdom. That's how he leads his people. So the King of Cups is your current energy. It's like whatever's going on, whether it be a relationship, something in your job, just you as a person, it's like there's you have gotten this emotional intelligence about you right now. So your crossing card is Justice. So with Justice, a crossing card can either be a boost forward or it can be something that kind of holds you back, that kind of makes you stumble, okay? Because I'm getting this Justice card under this King, I feel like this is something that you've actually worked for, this emotional intelligence, and that you've balanced in your life. It's like, yeah, it's like whatever came before, whatever might have made you sink into some unhealthy emotions or whatever, you've overcome it, and you've found a way to balance those scales. See those scales in her hand right there? They're equal, they're balanced. And she's got a sword in this hand. So it's like she found her truth. She found whatever the truth was in the situation. And that's what's crossing you, which means in this case, helping you move forward, is that you feel like you've received some justice somehow, not necessarily from another person, but where you balance the scales within yourself, where you find justice within yourself to be able to move forward. Okay? What is causing all this? What is the underlying cause of this? What energy causes that? Okay? Your soul, the underlying energy is like your deep desire. The crowning energy for me is like it's what's going on in your subconscious with your higher self and your spirit team and everybody. It's all those energies combined. But this right here is like the deepest part of you. And so the deepest part of you, in a love reading, we would get all excited and say, oh, there's a marriage coming up or something like that. But this is just what Spirit wants you to know. And I do not see any indication of a love relationship. Spirit's talking to you, Taurus, about you. Okay? And if I recall, I'm going back to that purveyor of light. I don't see that card on here. But I'm going back to that because to be that purveyor of light, you truly do have to be this King of Cups. You have to be able to lead that way, where you have the cap on your emotions of whatever that hurt was in the past, where you've processed it, you've released it, and now you use it for the good versus dwelling in it. And you're emotionally intelligent. You lead from your heart, not from your emotions. So, and I feel like the deep desire within you all along has been to do that, and that's what kind of pushed you into this energy where you are right now, where you're ready to be a King of Cups, to lead with that vision, with that type of desire. Okay, recent past. Something has provoked you to go in and study, possibly use your experiences as a testing ground or a classroom to say, okay, what really happened here? Let me do a little bit of research. Let me take each little instant that I had ever been through, and let me really study it and understand. Let me pay attention to the details. What really happened versus what are my euphoric memories or what are my poor me memories? Let's look at the situation the way it really occurred. So perhaps that's what you've been doing, Taurus, that has put you into this place where now, again, you have this emotional intelligence and you're going to be able to move forward from that place because of all this inner work, all this studying that you've been doing, the details that you've been paying attention to. Now, your crowning energy is the Emperor. How awesome is that? Because, again, the Emperor is the culmination of all the kings. So while you're sitting in this energy, it's like your higher self and your spirit guides, your spirit team on the other side, they're all like in this. They've got all of the king's qualities working right now to support you in this, whatever it is that you're about ready to undertake. And here it is. You've got something that you have learned from. You've got the world in your hands. It's almost like, I know it means so many different things in different readings. I'm an intuitive reader. I'm feeling like you're looking at humanity right there, and you're looking at the horizon, out at the horizon, asking yourself, what is my contribution? How can I contribute? How can I move forward with what I understand about myself as a person and with people and the way that we all interact with each other? And not only are you contemplating those things, but you're holding on to that rod. And that rod right there, see the little green stuff on it? Trees grow leaves, right? Bushes grow leaves. But rods, wands, they don't grow leaves. But because whenever we're passionate about something, there is growth there, okay? And all this stuff that you've studied has produced some growth in your life. And now you're wanting to catch that rod with that growth on it and bring it forward and make a difference, okay? And this for me is kind of like that bull. It's kind of like that bull that I was just seeing where, he's got some determination, and right now he's just like kicking up the dirt, trying to figure out, okay, what's my first step? What is it that I'm going to do? How am I going to whatever a bull does, get that whatever. I keep thinking of a rodeo clown, and I know you're not going out to a rodeo clown, but this is you, like in that bull mode where you're kicking up the dirt, you're figuring it out, you're looking at your target out there, and you're trying to determine how are you going to get there. But you know that however you get there, you're moving in passion, you're moving by inspiration, and you're taking your growth with you, and you're going to share it out there. So this is really interesting. And look, you're feeling victorious. I just got chills so bad. All of these rods back there, all those wands with the growth on each one of them. This is what I'm talking about. All this stuff that you went back and looked at and really studied, you used your own personal experiences as a classroom. You were able to detach emotionally, right? You were able to detach and say, let me look at it from a bigger picture. Let me look at it from 10,000 feet up. If I was the mama of both of these people, what would I have done? It's like you used yourself, your own experiences as a classroom, and figured some things out. And now you've got all of that understanding, all of this growth, and you are so victorious. And that's where you're at right now. You're feeling like you have so much to offer. Your outside influences is the moon. So what does the moon tell us? That sometimes there's things that we can't see, right? Because at night it's dark. Now, to me, there's a sun back there, and the moon is sitting within the sun. So I feel like this is your inner guidance, encouraging you to walk forward, perhaps lightly, perhaps slowly, and only by the light of what you can see. And whenever I talk about the moon card, I explain how at night, you can't see everywhere like you can in the daytime, right? But you trust that with each step you take, the path continues to light up for you. And I feel like that's your outside influences, that they are lighting your path one step at a time, lighting your path one step at a time. I feel like in this victory, in this part right here, it's not a matter, that it's not a matter of, am I going to do this? Should I do this? It's almost like a matter of what is the next best step? Perhaps it's what are my intentions? What are my underlying motivations? And that's why this comes up, because you really have to, okay, I hope I don't confuse you, because it can be confusing to me sometimes because I get in my head. It's almost like we have to make our intentions known. We have to say what we want to accomplish. We don't necessarily have to know how. But then we have to say, okay, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm planning to do it. But you show me each step of the way what it is. And I hope that makes sense. It's like, it's almost like you direct. You're the director. You say what you want to happen, and then you let them show you how to make that happen. Okay? That was actually more simple than I thought. Your hopes and fears, the star. Okay, so the star is the major arcana for the wish fulfillment card. So I feel like with everything else aside, because the star card represents so much. Look, let's talk about it. She's an alchemist, right? She's taking hard metals and turning them to gold. Is that what an alchemist does? It's like you're taking negative energies and love and transmuting the negativity through this journey that you're walking. It's like you become a purveyor. There we go with that word again. A purveyor of light and love. A purveyor of peace and harmony. She's balanced. See, she's got one foot on the ground and one foot in the water. So she's grounded in her reality, but she's also very grounded in her spirituality. So she is the kind who can detach and look from a 10,000 foot view and see everything that's going on, right? So not only is this who you're becoming every day on this journey, but this is also, and this is where the hope and the fear comes in, this is the wish fulfillment card, right? So yes, you wish, and you take the steps. You can't just sit here and say, I wish, and go make a bologna sandwich and sit on the sofa and watch Cheers. That's not going to make your wish come true. We have to do our part. We have to participate, right? But you're doing your part. You are participating. And so it's like you, and your hope is that your wishes come true, that you affect the lives that you want to affect, that you make the impact that you want to make. But your fear is, what if I do that? Then what? It's like we always think there's a limit, and we forget that whenever we reach a goal, a new desire is born inside of us. So it's like, even though it's your wish, it's also your fear that your wishes will be fulfilled. It's also, even though it's a hope, it's also a fear. Because in our limited little monkey minds, we can't think past that success. We can't think past that point. But here's the deal. Our God, our guides, our angels, our archangels, the Holy Spirit, they are limitless in the things that they can help us accomplish once we've accomplished what we're setting out to accomplish. Okay, because they always have a bigger vision because they see from a different perspective. Your outcome is the King of Wands. Okay, so I love this because by nature you're methodical and you are resourceful and you just know how to get things done. You have systems and all that stuff. You're the thinker. You don't move fast. You're the bull. You're stirring up your dirt, trying to, it's not because you're just wanting things to be dusty. It's just what you're doing while you're thinking about what you're fixing to do, right? That's who you are by nature. But right now you're sitting in this King of Cups energy because you have gone to class with yourself and allowed yourself to process the emotions and then be able to use them for the benefit of yourself and others in an emotionally intelligent way. And then your outcome is going to be the King of Wands, where you're going to take what you've learned and bring it out into humanity, whether it's a small community group, whether it's a YouTube channel, whether it's a book, however it is you're going to get that out there, it's going to become a passion for you, and it's going to fulfill you in ways that you never ever imagined you could be fulfilled, and it's going to give you new visions. The kings are visionaries, so it's going to give you new visions of other things you can do to contribute, and it's going to all be inspired, and that's where you're going to end up at. That's what your outcome is. When this is all or this era of your life, this time in your life is done. And then I can't wait to see what God has planned after that. But Taurus, this is really, really exciting. It looks here like this near future thing, where you're really making a decision. And I feel like they're telling you with this outside influence to make sure that you stay in tune with your intuition and your guidance. Okay, so we want to pull from a new deck. It's called The Enchanted Map by Colette Baron-Reid, and it's an oracle deck. So we're going to pull and see what additional message Spirit has for you as it relates to this. We're still going to do the PS too. And guys, thank you so much for the likes, the subscribes, the shares, the bell notifications, the comments. Y'all are so awesome, and I just cannot even express to you how much I truly appreciate you. If you're not a subscriber and this has resonated with you, please subscribe and hit that little bell notification. That lets YouTube know that this content is relevant to you. Okay, so we're getting, I have to put my glasses on. Oh, Field of Dreams. Okay, so wow, look at this. I have chills. He's looking out. He's got humanity in his hands. He wants to make that impact. Look at that. His field of dreams. He sees it as, and this isn't gender specific, but he sees it as that he can create peace in the world. He can create love in the world, harmony and balance, all from the things that he's learned and overcome in his own life. This is beautiful. Look, 2 + 1, 3. That's create. Isn't that creative? That's creative. That's mastery. That's working with the masters. We're going to read the book. It is a new deck. I am so excited about this. Okay, we're going to read the book. Let's see. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are always engaging the vast field of pure potential. So whenever you're sitting here thinking about how you want to do this or what it is that you want to do or whatever, it's saying your thoughts are engaging the vast field of potential. Excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of water there. Okay, so it says, this is the perfect time to harness the field of vast potential not yet realized in your life. Great abundance is yours if you're willing to do the work alongside the gentle gardener. Be clear about your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Didn't I say that a while ago? Yeah, with this card. It's like we don't make a wish and then make a bologna sandwich and go sit down and watch Cheers and hope the wish comes true. That's not how that works with this major arcana wish fulfillment card. We are clear with our intentions about what we want to manifest, right? So it says, be clear about your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Concentrate on your best life regardless of any temporary outer conditions imposed upon you by the greater world, which has its own story to tell. You have a basket full of seeds, right? Full of seeds that are quite powerful, for your talents are divinely inspired and will indeed lead to a great harvest to be shared with others. You will reap what you have sown. Dream big, dream beautiful, take action, and tend to the garden of your life and experience the extraordinary, Taurus. How beautiful. And based on your last few readings about the purveyor of light, and with this reading, I just feel like, man, you guys, y'all have some work to do, some really great work to do for humanity. I love it. I absolutely love it because you're so clear-headed and think things through. Okay, so now we're going to get the PS and then we're out. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, thank you for this incredible message. Thank you for my Taurus friends and that they are purveyors of light and truth and love. And I thank you for the PS that you're about to show us as it relates to this reading. So it's saying right here, a lot of people look at this card and say it's about deceit or whatever. I don't see it that way. I feel like he's taking what he needs, what's going to help, and he's leaving the rest behind. And that's what we're supposed to do, right? Take what serves us, what serves our greater good, because in that way, we end up serving the greater good of those around us also. So he's taking what serves him and he's leaving what doesn't serve him behind. She may be walking away from traditions, and she also realizes that this journey might get a little lonely at times, right? It might be that whenever she starts putting her plans together, people are going to say, I said in one of the earlier readings, I remember when I was little, my brother used to always say, "Who do you think you are, Queen Elizabeth?" Anytime I had an idea, I spoke with any kind of authority or questioned his idea, he would say, "Who do you think you are, Queen Elizabeth?" So, and that actually kind of implanted itself in my mind. He didn't do it on purpose. He didn't know what he was doing. I'm the one who adopted it, right? So I kind of carried that with me, and anytime I ever had a really good idea, or that's not really true, but it has stopped me from doing some things because I would think, who do you think you are? So some people in our lives aren't going to necessarily get on board, and they're going to make us feel that way, like, who do we think we are that we can do this anyway? So this card is telling you it's going to be prepared. I used to always say, if I know the truth, if I know what's coming, I can prepare for it, and then I can better handle it. So that's what this card, I think, is doing, is telling you, be prepared. Some of this journey may get lonely. You may feel like, who do you think you are to carry this out anyway? You are the master of this field. You are the King of Cups. You are the Emperor. You are that bull who thinks things through and has been through a lot and is just making sure that he's got everything in place before he takes that step. But he's definitely going to take that step, right? And then your last card is the Knight of Swords. So once you hook onto this, and once you understand what that next step is that you're fixing to take, you're on it. And you're on it and you're moving, and it's going to be your truth. You're going to communicate it well, and it's going to spread. It's going to kind of organically just spread like wildfire once you start talking, once you start writing that book, once you start writing that movie, whatever it is. Once you get into it, it's going to start moving and it's going to start flowing. I'm pulling one more card for you. Look, I love it. The Empress. The Empress is the fertile one. And I don't feel like this has anything to do with anybody getting pregnant. I'm sure there's a lot of Taurus people out there who are actually going to be pregnant this month and next month. But what I'm talking about with this card, what I'm hearing with this card is, this is going to be, you're probably sitting here thinking, but there's lots of people out there already sharing the light, telling people that they're worthy. There's lots of people that already have my message. But there's lots of people out there who have babies too, right? But nobody's baby, nobody's child is just like your child. And your child has different friends and different contributions than all those other people out there, right? It's the same thing. Your story, your truth, it may have the same overall message, but it's going to draw a whole different crowd. It's going to speak to them on a whole different level. Everybody's at different stations on their journey, and your story is important. Your light is important, Taurus. So, and you are the one who, you are the only one who can birth your story, period. And it's important. Okay, Taurus, thank you so much for coming in, and thank you so much again for all the subscribes. It's an honor to read for y'all. The comments, the likes, the shares, all that stuff. You're amazing, and I can't wait to talk to you again. Till then, have a super duper day. Bye.